All right, guys. So sorry about that. I was apparently doing a live broadcast, and I did not realize that this chat was not working. Whoopsie daisy. I literally spent around 22 minutes trying to trying to do this, and apparently it wasn't working. So I apologize for that, and yeah, we're gonna get right into it. Wow, speaking for 20 minutes and no one was able to see what I was talking about. So, all right. So I'll just go ahead and go back to where we were going before. We're basically trying to understand where we were in the market. So obviously there are many different things. So yeah, we are in pretty much a bullish trend at the small moment that we have right now. But before we begin, I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me. Be sure to leave a comment in the section. Can you guys hear me? Shit. All right. Oh, that is hilarious. That is hilarious. Yes, leave a comment in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me. All right, fantastic, Neil. How's it going? Sorry, guys. So sorry. I was late. Okay, thanks, Paul. Appreciate it. Okay. All right, guys. I spent 20 minutes just talking by myself. Apparently, I didn't go live, so I apologize for that. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Neil. All right, cool. All right, guys, I'm just gonna go through this real quick. All right, so guys, welcome to Cryptolution. Welcome to Cryptolution. Okay, so right now the market is looking pretty good, and that may be due to the fact that Jerome Powell is speaking on behalf of what the inflation status is in our country. But the market is reacting very positively towards that. So I want to share with you guys some gaming and metaverse coins and also some layer one solutions that I think you guys should keep on your radar. And also think about what you should allocate to yourself and start buying. Neil says, great, thanks. I hear the money maker pumping. That's right. I agree with you. Okay, so let's look at the market. Everything is in the green. Within the 24 hours, we do have some pumps. Gods on Chain actually pumped 26% within the past 24 hours. D-Race is doing really well at 18.5%. Red Fox, 17%. I mean, I can go on and on and on about this list, but we won't do that. So I want to go to the first coin, guys, and that's Unix. I want you guys to keep in mind the Unix coin. Now, Unix is pretty much a launchpad platform, right? And I'm going to dive deeper into that in a little bit. It's around 21 million in terms of its market cap, so it's quite low. And if you look at the max chart, it's actually very, very low. It used to be in the dollars. Now it's almost like at 60 cents. And you can buy this on Uniswap. But again, as I advise my viewers, try not to use Uniswap because you'll end up paying a lot for gas fees. So just wait for this token to launch, hopefully on Gate.io, which I do expect it to happen. But this is something that you should keep in mind. Unix is a huge thing that's coming up, and I'm just going to go dive deeper into what that is. On their dashboard, they're partnering up with Axie Infinity, Plant vs. Dead, Splinterlands, and so much more. These are the partnerships that they have. Star Atlas, Cypher, Sandbox, Alien Worlds. I mean, Heroes and Empires, Monkey Ball, Big Time. I mean, these are all great partnerships that they have. And, obviously we know that Big Time, they're not going to release a token. Monkey Ball, they're having some IDO problems in terms of their release. But I just like their partnerships. They've actually developed a bigger partnership than GuildFi, which is surprising to me. On their staking, you can either use the USDC or Unix LP token, which allows you to provide liquidity, and that gives you 477% return, which is kind of huge. There's already 3.4 million that's being staked. And then you have the Unix token, which if you just want to deposit the Unix token, then you get 117%, which is a little lower, but obviously there are more people depositing, which is why this pool has around 4.6%. I'm sorry, 4.6 million. And so obviously they're very active. This is currently what's going on right now. So people are putting in a lot of money in case you want to know who is actively using this. Also on their launchpad, you'll get to understand where you stand on how many tokens you get. So depending on how many tokens you get, say for instance, if you have 20,000 Unix tokens, which is around $12,000, you have guaranteed allocation to certain IDO launches. But that's just that's personally a little too pricey for me. But if you got tons of money and you're into this type of thing, maybe getting in pretty soon is good for you, because who knows if this price will be there at that moment. But obviously the more tokens you have, the more benefits you have. Let's talk about their decentralized autonomous organization. If you guys don't know what that is, it's just basically you don't have to deal with any board members or anybody or any CEO making decisions on behalf of the company in case you're worried or scared. DAOs are supposed to provide an equal playing field for both users, token holders, and also the team itself, which involves like their founders, advisors, treasuries. It almost is the middleman, but because it's automated, it almost just falls within following the rules. And so that's always really great. So if you have land NFTs, or if you just want to rent your NFTs, if you have other gaming projects, well, they're all going to be centralized around the Unix token. And that's why the Unix token is so important in this ecosystem. Next up, we have their roadmap, right? The roadmap is simply that they have the Uniswap listing, and they have so much going on for it in the future road down ahead. So keep that in mind. So the game launch, I don't think will happen until 2022. Next up, we have UFO gaming. I say keep an eye out for that. The tokenomics is pretty crazy, but it is down. There's a lot going on with UFO gaming. Originally, it started off as a meme coin, but ended up becoming a legit gaming system. Just recently, they just announced that they have NFTs with utility, so you can breed, stake, and provide incentives for holders. So you can see that transferring your NFTs here can actually provide some yield farming for you and actually make you money. So that's something that's really cool about UFO gaming. If you want to know more, if you click on that link, it'll describe what that's going to be in the UFGs. So that's really cool. Next up, we have Immutable X. Immutable X to me is, I think, a really nice acquisition to have. You can buy this on, I believe it is Huobi Global, KuCoin, and Gate.io. But you can also buy it on Coinbase, which is where I usually buy things on. Now, the market cap is around 916 million. The token supply is around 2 billion, so it's quite high. But it is $4.85 right now. I think it's a great buy-in. It's almost like down at support level. As you can see here, it's like hitting this range. So it's not going below that, which is really good. That means it's strong. Immutable X is it's like a cross chain. It allows people to transfer their NFTs into Ethereum. So that really helps, especially with the fees. And that's the purpose of Immutable X. Now on here, Ecomi just recently announced that on their VV app, which is where you can buy NFTs, the NFTs have been stuck on the platform, but now that they're working with Immutable X, they can transfer these NFTs over to, say, for instance, OpenSea, if you really want, or any Ethereum NFT network. So keep that in mind. This is really positive for Ecomi holders, but I think this is great for Immutable X as well. If you want to go on their website, they also have Gods Unchained, where they're using their cards to transfer their NFTs over to maybe OpenSea or another different platform. So they really are like teaming up with the best people. Speaking of Gods Unchained is around $5.58 right now, up 17.5%. The market cap is around 188 million, which is quite low. And it's been trading sideways. But if you were worried about buying too high, well, guess what? It's down below here, almost half off. I think that's a great token to hold. I think it's a great platform to have. And if you just go on their website, it's absolutely amazing. And I really dig their trading card platforms. I mean, they have someone from Magic the Gathering to help create the designs of these things, which is great. But you don't have to pay to play. You can play for free, and they give you a deck of cards, and you can play as much as you want and earn money from that. So I think that's really cool. And, I personally played on it. I'm not really good at it, but that's just my personal opinion. So I'm just going to go over the chat real quick because I see some people commenting. One Universe official says, is it possible to get into any IDO or game launch pads like GameFi if you're based in the USA? If my significant other has citizenship in Mexico, would it be legal? Well, I think that's a really good question. And this is what I'm going to share with that. So in terms of IDOs, yes, there are many countries that are not allowed to participate. And in a way, there's no way around it. People have been reaching out to me on my Patreon page saying, like, how do I get into this? It says that I'm banned. And people are like, maybe I can download a VPN. Well, I'm going to tell you the truth here. I don't think you guys should get into the IDOs. People do see that as a quick buck and a way to get rich quick. But that is the problem. That's the problem. So here's some examples. When we went on to Monkey Ball IDOs, when we went on to Citus IDOs, the multiple complaints that I get from people who buy these IDOs, they have to buy the Launchpad platform coin, right? So if it's a Star Launch for the Monkey Ball token, if it's the Milk 2 token, which is Space Swap for the Citus launch, they have to acquire a certain amount. And the most common thing that I hear from these people is they end up buying so many of these Launchpad coins in order to qualify for guaranteed allocation that when the coin launches, not only does their Launchpad coins drop in value because everybody's like taking their profits and leaving, also the token itself for the game drops in value. That's kind of the point, right? You hope that you're lucky enough to score that token so that you can dump it right away, or at least maybe wait until there's a slight pump and then dump, because people want to make money. But the problem is you end up losing twice because you spend so much money on the Launchpad platform, you spend so much money on the token for the game platform. That's not good. So what I suggest for you guys to do is don't get into IDOs. It's a trap to me, and that's just my honest opinion. Wait until the token launches and then wait for the dip. And since the market is low right now, go ahead and just, maybe buy it if it's in the cents. If it's in the pennies, I say that's okay. I think it's okay to hold those type of coins. But if it's in the dollars, don't buy it. It's going to dip. It's going to dip. That's just how it works, right? And never invest more than what you're willing to risk. So that's what I think. One universe did say, I lost a ton on Milk token. Yes, I do understand. I actually had my Patreon investors invest when Milk token was at 40 cents, and then it went up to, what was it, like $1.30. And then we cashed out because we knew this can't last long. We still had weeks to go. And when at that time my members were investing around $1,900, they ended up profiting around like 6,500 or something like that. Again, that's just with my Patreon members. So if you ever want to like get into all the early things, just go ahead and just tune in there, and hopefully I can give you some more up-to-date stuff there. Before we go, I'm going to keep going, guys. I just want to get over with this and I'll start answering your questions. So next up is MetaWars. MetaWars is something that Alex Becker just brought up today, and he was basically saying, you should buy in prices like this, which is around this price point. So if I go in the past 7 days, it was quite low. And then when he made that announcement, it started spiking up. So it went from 19 cents all the way up to 24 cents. So just be very careful with that. But he is right. It is low. It is absolutely low. And this is where you kind of buy in, or else you can make profits up to 70 cents. So just keep that in mind. If you do want to invest in this, don't invest a lot. I mean, you want to go to the website. It's not like too impressive, but they do have partnerships with Mr. Beast, GameFi, and Red Kite, and Poly Launcher. These are the IDO listings, but it's already launched. So you can buy this on PancakeSwap, which is great because there's lower fees. But here are the partnerships right here. So keep that in mind if you're ever wanting to get involved in this. I'm not a big fan of this, but that's what Alex Becker wanted. So there you go. I'm personally not going to be buying this, but if you do, the fully diluted valuation is around 378 million, which is either around the same value or less than, right? So just keep that in mind and buy it on PancakeSwap. So let's go to the next one. CWAR token. If you guys are bullish in CWAR token, just leave a comment down below in the chat. I'd love to hear it. And right now it's around $1.84. And don't forget, it was at $4.64 not too long ago. So this launched not just in November, and it's back at the same price where people had started buying in. So if you wish that you could have gotten this at a cheaper price, this is the one to get. CWAR tokens built on the Solana blockchain. That's really huge. And so I'm bullish on this. I have it on KuCoin. It's a great token, and it's just one of the first games that I feel really good about. And it's going to be an app that you can play on your phone, and the NFTs are going to be great. They use Unreal Engine to basically power the software and the usability of it all. I mean, it's just great. And the transaction speeds for Solana are great, so it's going to be really quick for you to transfer, sell, and make profit off of these NFTs as well. Plus, you got to build up your character. They also have great relationships with Animoca Brands, which I'm bullish on, and Alameda Research, right? Other partners, KuCoin, Cetify, Solanium, some of these, Alluvium as well is really great. But yeah, keep in mind, this is a great token. This is a great partnership. So acquire the CWAR token. Again, not financial advice, just financial opinion. Let's see here. The last one, well, not last one, it's like second to last, is Gala. And I made a video previously to this. The reason I think you guys should hold Gala, even though the market cap is freaking $3 billion and rated at number 46 out of the whole coin market, I still think it's great. I mean, this is a hub of multiple games and it's huge. To me, there's so much being built on here, and they're working with The Walking Dead, AMC. They have a first-person shooter and an economy game. I mean, these are actually good games. These aren't bad. These are fun. And I do believe that the Gala coin is going to help push and create usability for this platform. So go for it. This is the one to do. This is the one to get. And so I've acquired a small bag of this on KuCoin and Coinbase if you're interested in buying this coin. But you should have an allocation to this. It's very important. So think about that. Have a small allocation to Gala. So my last one that I think you guys should definitely hold, that I think is the big one, well, that's Thetan Arena, guys. Thetan Arena is at $10.46. I just bought it not too long ago. I think it was around, I think $9.62. Yeah, it was around then. But it's taken a dip. Guys, this is the opportunity to buy, because not too long ago, it was almost at like $20. Actually, it did hit $20, and it took a slight dip. So this is something that I think is your entry point, because right now this is the support level and this is where you buy it. And this is great because this is showing that it's holding strong. People are buying this dip. Thetan Arena seriously has over 6.7 million users. I did a video like just a week ago. It was at 4 million. And guess where Axie Infinity is? Probably around like 2.5, maybe 3 million. It's not that much though. But this is amazing. This is great. This is something that you should have in your portfolio. This is going to blow up. People are using this and it's very fun. People are literally digging the user experience and interface with this, and just look at it. It is so fun. Guys, acquire the Thetan token, and you can get this on Gate.io or PancakeSwap or MEXC Global. But you know, PancakeSwap's a great place to buy it just because lower gas fees. Gate.io is just great because it has all the gaming coins, right? So keep that in mind. Thetan Arena, boom, chicka boom, boom. That is my coin. And last thing that we're going to dive deeper into is the layer 1 blockchain, right? Now, there are 3 coins I want to talk about. And there's a reason why I want to talk about layer 1 solutions. Ethereum right now is at a discount. And it can go lower if it really wants to, but it's at 3.9 thousand, right? 3,900. Now, Ethereum is, to me, a great store of value. So if you have any profits that you don't know what to do with it and you don't want to store it in USDC or USDT, we'll put it into Ethereum, because to me, it's the silver compared to the Bitcoin's gold. And it's deflationary. Over 1.2 million ETH has already been burned. Now it's deflationary because of EIP 1559. And then later on next year, hopefully proof of stake is initiated. That would lower the gas fees, would be huge. If we lower those gas fees, guess what? Ethereum's going to blow up. Because now the deflationary side of things, more ETH is going to be burned, and it's going to reduce the supply shock. It's going to be shocking. It's going to be crazy. So have some ETH in your portfolio, and most importantly, have some Solana. Guys, it's at 171. Like, people have been asking me at $33, $73, $120, $171, all the way up to $250. Should I buy in? Should I do it? Is it too late? It's always too late if you don't buy. But I'm not saying put your whole money into it. Dollar cost average, buy the dips. Even if you have some money, buy it even when it's all-time high. Don't put everything in there. Just put like $20, $50 or whatever. And so you have to have some Solana, because there's a reason why it's number 5. It's going to eat up some of Ethereum's market cap, but I don't think it's going to flip it. I think it'll really compete with Binance most of all. I think these two are the most competitive partners right now. And just comparing them all from 52 million to 89 million, it's not that far off. I'm sorry, this is billion, my bad. 52 billion compared to 89 billion. It's not that far off. And so keep some Solana in your wallet. People are using it. It's just great. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is Cardano. For the Cardano army, I did have Cardano, but I sold at $2 and $2.20. You know why? Because after Alonzo hard fork, there wasn't anything being developed other than Sunday Swap. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and sell my Cardano and put it in Solana. And thank God I did, because I sold my Cardano when it was when Solana was at $180. So I made profit there, right? So you got to look at how long it's going to take for Cardano to get. And it's not even at its governance stage, which is the Voltaire, I believe. So if I actually, but with that said, I think you actually should have a little bit of Cardano exposed. You know why? Because the thing that's holding this up is the community, and the community is keeping it at $40 billion. So keep that in mind. The market is up right now, and that's because Jerome Powell did speak today. And it seems like people reacted very strongly in a good way to it. So keep that in mind. So guys, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and look at your questions right now, and let's take a look at what you guys have been asking for. All right, so Neil says, truth, staked and never had a chance in IDO, lost out. Oh man, Neil, I'm so sorry for that. That is very unfortunate. Again, you know, this is a lesson that I think we all know. This is the first time that all these people have had IDOs. I mean, when Monkey Ball announced they were going to have an ID launch, people were excited, and then all of a sudden, you know, they came and released their token yet. And they're supposed to release their token this week. It was already December 15th, and they haven't announced anything. You know why? It's because the market's down. So if they release that token, it's not going to help their investors. It's not going to help their seed investors and private sales out. So they're going to wait until the market goes back up. And that's the unfortunate side of things, is that Monkey Ball, it's a new company, it's a new team. So, you know, you just got to keep that in mind. All right, Paul Kelly says, good point on IDOs and Launchpad tokens. Thank you, Paul. You are awesome. One Universe official said, I turned 5K into 3K. You're funny. Love that. Jordan, how do you feel about Decimated? Well, let's take a look at Decimated. So Decimated, let's see here. Let's see here. I don't think, yeah, the coin hasn't come out yet. So I'm just going to go ahead and check out the website. I do feel Decimated does have some promise to it. I do think that there's a lot for it going on. I mean, I've seen some of the gameplay, and there's a lot that I feel really bullish about. I mean, they had a mega grant from Epic Games. I mean, that's huge. So when this token comes out, I will be buying, but I'm not going to participate in any IDOs. I'm going to buy when the token launches. So I'm going to wait to see if the token launches in the pennies. If it does, I'll buy in. But if it's in the dollars, I'm going to maybe put a small amount, $50, $100, just to have some exposure, right? If it goes up, I'll sell it. I'll sell it at the pump. But if it's in the pennies, I'm going to buy kind of a lot, maybe like $500 or whatever worth, right? But I do imagine that there's always a pump and dump. If this thing had an IDO, which I don't remember if it did have an IDO, there's more likely going to be a dump. If it didn't, buy it right at the launch. But I've seen the gameplay, and it's freaking sick. I love it so much, and I dig it. So just keep that in mind. I am bullish on Decimated, and I can't wait for the coin to come out. What else is there? Is Seawar on Radium? I feel like it is. Let's go ahead and go to Radium, right? It's so weird. I feel like it should be, but I don't think it is. Oh, what do you know? It is. It is on there. So yes, you can actually start swapping your Solana or Radium or whatever USDC token that you want, and you can swap it. So there you go. There, that's what answers your question. All right. One Universe official says, this looks awesome. Johnny Yee says, does anyone know release date of Seaward? Well, just to answer your question, it's already out. You can buy it on KuCoin and apparently on Radium. So feel free to go on there. If you use Radium, be sure to connect your your Phantom wallet. So Phantom is based on Solana, so you can deposit your Solana on there, and it's like quick, it's instant. Like you send it and it like shows up in like 2 minutes. It's amazing, it's fast, it's different from MetaMask. But you can start swapping your tokens there, and you can like choose Solana, and what it will do is it will convert your Solana to USDC and then USDC to Seawar. But you got to make sure that you approve the swap of, you got to approve the conversion first, and then you got to press another button that says swap, and then that's when you officially have your coin. So what's next? PancakeSwap, is it ERC or BSC? So PancakeSwap is BSC, which if any viewers are watching out there, PancakeSwap is built on the Binance Smart Chain, which is good because that means that lower transaction fees are there and you don't have to pay a ton of money for it. It's fantastic. So that, just keep that in mind, right? So PancakeSwap is a great way to buy Thetan Arena. If you want to buy it, the ticker symbol is THG. And yeah, I feel really good about Seawar in the future. Barry Allen says Seawar is on fire. Yeah, man, I'm bullish on Seawar. I'm digging it. Let me go ahead and take a swig of water real quick. Ah, delicious. All right. One Universe official says, if you had $1,500 and wanted to split it across the coins you mentioned, what are your top three? I like Thetan, Seawar, and Solana. Okay, $1,500. Well, believe it or not, if I had $1,500, I would put $500 in Solana because it's dirt cheap right now. I put, let's see, $300 in Ethereum, believe it or not. I just believe in Ethereum so much. And, seeing prices like that are great. But how about this? Maybe not Ethereum now that I'm bringing it up. The only reason I say that is because I want you guys to have big gains. I don't want you guys to just like wait a long time to invest in something. So let me change that up. So 500 in Solana because it's just bullish right now for me. And it's just, if you compare Solana to Ethereum on TradingView, it's like at the support level, which makes me feel that it's going to have a sharp correction upside. Next up, if I were to put another $500 into something, I would spread it up between Thetan Arena and Unix Gaming. But again, Unix Gaming is unfortunately not doing so well because it's built on the Binance Smart Chain. I'm sorry, it's built on the Ethereum platform. But Unix is something that I really wish I could acquire right now, and I really wish I could buy it. But let me go ahead and go over to the categories for the GameFi world. Thank you for your patience. I have like a ton of windows open on my new Mac M1. Dig the computer. Let's see here. So, let's see here. I would have like $500 in Solana, $300 in Thetan Arena, $200 in Gala, and then you have $500 remaining left, right? So I'd have like $100 in UFO Gaming, which you can get on Gate.io. But I also think you should have some allocation to Super Farm. Now, if you don't know what Super Farm is, here, let's go to Super Farm. I think you should have some allocation to this as well, and you can buy this on Coinbase, right? If you go to the website, Superfarm is going to allow for NFTs to start, building up on this DeFi ecosystem, but it's a great way to yield and earn money farming your NFTs. And you know that Elliott Trades is a big component in this as well because he's built that awareness, but they already have some collectibles up already in their marketplace. So if you go to their farms, I don't know why it's taking forever to load. You can see that you can stake your tokens if you really want. Rev is a great token if you want to get into racing, but I think you should definitely have some allocation in there. Also, they have some drops on here as well. Let's go ahead and view those. Let's go back. Upcoming. I'm sorry, ended. Because they already had so much going on for it, and these artworks are huge, and they look really cool. I would acquire some Super Farm as well. And then also Gods Unchained. Be sure to acquire some of God Unchained token, maybe $200 there. Just because it's just so low right now and it's taken a breather, I think you should get Gods Unchained. I guess the rest of the money you can speculate on Cardano or Ethereum, but you should probably invest in Layer 1 solutions because they're the most promising. So I hope that was helpful, One Universe. I'm sorry that took so long. He says, how do you monitor your crypto and do you set alerts? I basically just pay attention every day, right? I don't set up alerts because that's kind of for me, like leverage traders. I check my Twitter account all the time to see what's going on. But with gaming, because we're early on, there's so much potential upside in the next year. So it's not like I'm trying to pay attention to this and get alerts like every single moment because you couldn't live peacefully with that. I think it's good to take a break from it, but I just invest in things I feel have promise in the long term, and I just leave it. And then if I check back, I'm pretty sure everything's fine, unless the market takes a dip, if Bitcoin takes a dip. But yeah, I don't set alerts. I just watch day to day, and that's if you really care about this type of cryptocurrency business and the gaming market and the metaverse market, then people who pay attention every day are the ones that are going to make the most money out of this. So that's just me. Paul Kelly. Just see where on Ratum was instant and dirt cheap. And I'm telling you, man, it's sick. I dig Radium. It is to me just a quick service. It's just so fast, and you keep all your tokens on the MetaMask wallet. I'm sorry, on the Phantom wallet, so it's quite easy. Excuse me. One Universe says, if I have USDC on Binance Smart Chain, how do I get that to the Phantom, for example? So if you have USDC in your Binance Smart Chain wallet, say for instance is on the MetaMask. So if you have MetaMask And as an example, there are many wallets out there, but this is what you would do. You would sell or swap your USDC for BNB. So that's the Binance coin. So swap your USDC to BNB. Send that BNB to an exchange. I would suggest either KuCoin or, well, I think it's really KuCoin. That's where I swap my coins. And so when I send my BNB with that USDC money, right? I sell my BNB on KuCoin, and I sell it in USDT. And then I sell that and hopefully that, Binance Smart Chain is pretty fast too. So, you shouldn't lose too much money within that small time frame, which is hopefully like 5, 10, 15 minutes. And then once you sell it in your BNB for USDT, use that USDT to pay for Solana, right? Why Solana? Because when you send Solana from your KuCoin over to your Phantom wallet, it's going to be quick and instant, just like what Paul Kelly said. It was dirt cheap. So that way you can use the Radium and swap your Solana for whatever token you want on the Phantom wallet or on Radium, which you see here on the website. So that's a great way of doing it. Madeira Cake says, Cryptolution, have you invested in Cadena? I have not. There's a reason for that, mainly because of the team. And they're trying to be like a Solana. And I know that Cryptos R Us is very bullish or finds Cadena to be an interesting buy, which I appreciate because he's non-biased, right? He doesn't care who's on the team. He cares about the token itself and how it could explode. So he's helping investors out. But to me, I'm not personally invested in Cadena because Solana is already around. Solana already has what Cadena has. It's actually, Solana is the bull, I think, to all layer ones. And so Solana's already got a huge ecosystem to itself. But if I were to go back to look at Cadena on CoinGecko, let's just take a look at it, because I don't want to be, I don't want my opinion to, influence anybody to buying or not buying. But I just personally am not invested in it. Now, right now, the market cap is around 1 billion, which is quite high for this layer one. I feel like this coin has not been going up or down. So it was originally at $2, got up as high as 22. Now it's back down to 10.77. So obviously it's down by half. I don't know why. Cadena did work with the UFO team in a partnership. I don't know how that's going, but UFO gaming, I'm pretty bullish on. I think it's a speculative bet, but I do think that there's some upside to it because they are working on multiple things like NFTs integrated as breeding and staking on their platform. So that's pretty much my point of view in terms of Cadena. I'm not personally invested in it, but feel free to do as you wish. Kevin says thoughts on Wild. It's his favorite metaverse or is it a favorite metaverse project? Wilder World is interesting. I will take a look at it. Wilder World. I did have, I think I maybe still have an allocation of this. It's not wild. It's not crazy. I just have a small allocation of this. Is this like the metaverse coin? With its market cap at around 290 million, which is not high because if you look at Sandbox and Decentralands, they're in the billions, right? And Gala, I think, is in the billion as well. So this is not in the billion family or club. So it's quite low. And it has taken a breather. So I would say this is a buy, right? I'm not actually going to diss on this because it looks pretty cool and the graphics are amazing. Have they launched out of their beta? I'm not so sure. Maybe you can leave a comment down below. But this is a long-term hold to me, meaning like, when I mean long-term, it's like a few months, right? Short-term, I think within a month. So I think that this coin will bump up again because Facebook is going to launch their meta, regardless of what Congress or anybody thinks. It's going to go up. And so that means all the metaverse coins are going to go up. So if you buy right now, you buy now, but have a plan to exit. Don't hold on to this, all right? Metaverse at some point is going to take a huge breather. So when it goes up, it's going to go down again. So know when to take profits. So if you buy a big bag, you got to sell small bags on the way up, right? But don't put all your funds in it. But I do like their token supply. It's only 500 million, so there's a lot to go on there. So, all right, what else, guys? What else? Neil says Solana is a bit centralized. That is actually quite true. They are still trying to figure that out. They do sacrifice some decentralization security when it comes to proof of history, right? Proof of history is their new mechanism, right? So Cardano's proof of stake, Ethereum's proof of work that's trying to go to proof of stake that doesn't allow gas fees to be so high. And so Solana is built on the proof of work. I'm sorry, proof of history. And so that allows for faster transactions like you guys have experienced, and obviously leads to lower transaction fees. But for me, they're going to get over this. I mean, they have great partnerships with Sam Bankman-Fried. And Sam Bankman-Fried showing up at Congress as one of the CEOs testifying before Congress to talk about cryptocurrency. He's actually a perfect representative of that. And that's why I think Solana, seriously, in my eyes, I think it's going to be doing, it's positioned really well to not be considered a security in Congress and under the US laws. Once cryptocurrency has a little bit more clarity around brokers and everything, I think Solana's positioned along with FTX to be not considered securities and be considered digital assets in some way. So there is some truth in that, but I think they're going to figure that out because they're trying to fix the trifecta, which is security, scalability, and decentralization. And they're working on the decentralization as much as possible, and they've had congestion recently, but I'm bullish on Solana, so I think it's going to go high. You're welcome, Madeira. You're welcome. One Universal official says, okay, USDC swap to BNB, then to send BNB to KuCoin, then swap BNB to USDT, then buy SOL. That is correct. Madeira Kick says, Cryptolution, are you bullish on network? I mean, I've heard about it, and I've heard other influencers talk about it as well. But to tell you the truth, I have not done enough research on that. I believe in gaming and metaverse coins in the next bull run because that just makes sense to me where the money's going to go, right? So let's see here. Trading hour volume is only 3 million. Token supply is 100 million. It's actually quite low, which is good, right? You don't want that many coins. You can buy it on KuCoin, which I do suggest. Do not buy it on Uniswap. Do not get robbed in those gas fees, guys. Stick with KuCoin. But it has taken a breather. $3.44 went up as high as $6.94. Because I don't know about it, I don't know. Let's check out the website. Be the first in networks. New metaverse. Okay. What is this all about? So basically, it's just a bunch of fancy pictures. Partner with Phantasma chain. I know somebody asked earlier, how do I feel about Phantasma? I haven't done enough research. So I can't provide any feedback on that. I really would like to understand their partnerships because, listen, people can make fancy websites. I mean, people do it all the time, right? But holy moly! All right. I feel like everybody's got a partnership. Okay, Bondly is a good one. Polygon's a good one. Singularity Net's a good one. D-Race is a good one. Elrond. My gosh. So I'm guessing people are going to MetaWars, CryoWar. All right, guys. All right, you convinced me. This is quite awesome. Blockchains that can support it. Beautiful. What about the investors, though? Why am I not seeing my favorites on here? Banter Capital. We know Banter on YouTube. That's a great channel. Chain Guardians. I don't see Alameda Research or Animoca Brands, which makes me a little bit worried. At least the team is transparent. They don't have fake photos, of their Pixar faces, so I dig that. They are very transparent. Okay, you know what? This is something that I feel really positive about now. I say I would speculate on it. I would actually put just a little bit of funds into it because it's so low. I would like to know the market cap, right? And the fully diluted valuation. That would be really interesting to have. So that'd be nice. But at around this price, I think it's a good deal to buy. It's half off. All right. Okay. So guys, I think that's about it. I really appreciate you guys sticking around and yeah, sharing your comments down below. I love answering your questions, but we've already been talking for 39 minutes. It's quite a long time. This is my second stream and I really dig it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So guys, be sure to like, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to join our Patreon page if you haven't. We have amazing discussions on there of what personal trades we're personally doing ourselves, but love to get you guys coming on board. If not, I'll see you guys on the next stream, and I will see you guys next time.